Welcome to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. As always, your guys' support, subscribing, liking, and commenting is huge for this small channel and vital for our growth. So today we're actually going to be having a 3v3. It's going to be in an airport map. On the left there, you're going to have Biometric Nuke and Wesley and myself. We're actually going to be playing a little bit of Blue 4 and Red 4. So we're fairly new to this game. It is very different from similar games like WARNO, so we're still trying to figure some things out, but we do look forward to actually playing some 3v3 PvP. And the one thing that's kind of a little bit crazy is deployment phase is about just 1 minute, which is very, very fast. I think it's a little bit too fast. Barely have any time to think about what you're going to call in. So I have a couple different loadouts with the helicopters. The UH-1Y Venom has a lot of rocket pods. There you go, it's going to be engaging.
Flight plan updated.
Getting a little too close there, though.
Heading there.
There you go, popping some flares.
Roger Wilco. Flight plan confirmed.
Gotta see what they're bringing in.
We're combat ready. ATGM carrier ready.
So the one thing that's very different in this game is that you have to be very, very close to do engagements, which is very different from WARNO, which you can have some units that are longer range. There you go, you see our Viper taking out a small vehicle there. Already seeing some artillery. Actually, we saw a lot of friendly fire in this match. So there you go. Wesley's pushing up with some helicopters. The one thing that's very surprising about the AI, I don't know if they were just double or triple teaming, but they would show up with a lot of forces all at once, so it's kind of difficult to deal with. And again, dropping supplies closer to your forces, so you don't have to retreat really far back, is also really important. Your supply dumps can be destroyed or captured, so you just gotta be careful with that. There was a lot of learning going on here, so you know, have grace on us. Don't be breaking out when we use a unit wrong, which I probably used quite a bit. There you go, you see my Viper hitting the enemy tank, and didn't even get to laser target. Oh, he's actually still alive. There you go, you see me doing a ammo dump. So Wesley's getting hit pretty dang hard in the middle there. Unfortunately, we didn't do a very good job of supporting them, and if I'm guessing right, Bio's probably got this AC-130 flying around with Spooky. Who cares about anti-air, right? Oh. There you go, I'm calling in a Patriot system. Got my own F-18 Hornet, gonna do a bombing run. And we drop. I don't think we got anything though. Did our little strafing run. That attack there was pretty devastating. BT-3. Gonna take it out.
Viper at your command.
There you go. Wesley's infiltrating the right and left flanks with a lot of recon. Got a lot of sniper units. I think Ranger Bat on the right hand side there. Know the scroll well. So this game is very punishing. You make the wrong move, you make your infantry run across the wrong street, you can get gunned down really, really easily.
Good copy. Next waypoint received.
And I do apologize for the quality. I'm still trying to figure out Broken Arrow's graphic settings. They're not really what I expected. I have a really good graphics card, so I'm not sure what the issue there is. But retreating the Abrams, got way too close to the infantry. That's why you need infantry support. I do have some infantry nearby, which is good. They got a drone up in the air. May have... Alright, so we got these helicopters hitting Wesley real hard. I remember he was asking for some air support. I did try to come support him with a Harrier, but came in a little bit too late. This thing about helicopters is what they're really good at. There you go. You see Wesley came in with the Su-57. See the Patriot targeting the enemy fighter jet. Calling it a PIVAD. Support do some AA. And my Harrier is just... I don't know what's taking him so long, but he's not getting there in time. Called them in quite a bit ago. See the flares from the Su-57. So the middle situation is not great. And right now the enemy does have a much higher kill point than us, but... And they have more zones than we do, so... We gotta step up our activity here.
Venom standing by. Heading there.
And there you go. You see, I just called in a run for my infantry, and they can smoke themselves too, which is actually really cool. There's my Harrier. Not sure what it's doing. Didn't do much. We don't have eyes on the helicopters anymore, so. So they're pushing us pretty hard on B. So we gotta come in here and support. Unfortunately, I think a lot of Wesley's units got killed there. Still has some in reserve there. And he's got some nice alligator helicopters shooting the tanks from a distance, which is a nice tactic. You're gonna see a lot of back and forth, but you guys are seeing we are catching up quite quickly with the kill count. Got a really nice infiltration there on the right side. Some recon. And Wesley's also on the left side too. Some good recon as well. Try to support the infantry. Pushing you up with the Abrams. So if you ever do push infantry, definitely support them with some kind of infantry fighting vehicle. So we're applying more and more pressure on B with some artillery as well. There you go, our Abrams taking out units. Bomb strike right on top of my Abrams, which is unfortunate. So we lost that one. Pretty big strike. So another thing you guys will see in this game is just how devastating the Air Force is. So if you don't have good anti-air or things to prevent getting bombed, it's going to be pretty significant. You can lose some pretty high value units without the proper support.
Air defense here. We're combat ready.
Calling in some M109 artillery with cluster rounds, which are really good. Oh, I'll lose my strikers. There you go. Helicopters engaging with their rocket pods. Rocket pods are really, really good against infantry. Just watch that AA from like infantry AA.
Marching keeps us fit.
There you go. We just saw some type of launch.
Ready to rain down death. Engaging targets with direct fire. Mobile artillery
We're
standing
calling
by.
some arty.
Artillery
Do you see some
available,
shots
sir.
going off there? I don't know if that's AA or what. No party without arty, guys.
Direct fire.
Gotta give it to the mortarmen. Those rounds are heavy as
Like a walk in
fuck.
the park.
Like 100 pounds a round.
Troop transport taking fire.
There you go. There's those alligator helicopters coming in again. Doing a good job repelling any type of armor. These BTRs can be really annoying.
Copy. Next waypoint received.
My infantry is getting slammed pretty hard right now. There you go, the Bradley
Pedal to the metal.
engaging. Taking out some special forces. There you see the cluster artillery coming in on the right on C. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So when you zoom out,
Moving out.
I think if you're not like directly over the area, it looks really
Personal carrier here.
kind of like some kind of film grain or something like that.
Marines under fire.
There you go. There goes my artillery coming in super late.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Copy. Relocating. Artillery at your command, sir. Direct fire on my mark. Direct fire engagement. Providing direct fire. Fire director engaged in combat.
Saw a burning jet crash right there.
Combat ready.
There you go. The enemy's pushing us with their infantry.
Marines taking fire.
So we did deploy smoke before that happened, so that's going to help. You see the bombing run there by a Tu-160,
Pedal to the metal.
and it got shut down. So now phase 1 ends.
At your command.
We are slightly behind in the
Cavalry here. We're
kill
ready for
count.
action.
Actually, we just pulled ahead.
Moving out.
And we do have more zones than the enemy, so that's good. So, gun run. Enemy fighter jet. There you go. They're pushing us pretty hard. And there you guys are going to see my pivots try to engage the infantrymen, but apparently they have really, really far range. So one thing that would be really good to invest in as well, besides helicopters, is actually some dedicated infantry that have long range ATGMs or tow missiles. There you go. You see those grenade launchers hitting our infantry pretty hard. I also kind of expected the buildings to give you more of a buff, a defense buff, but they really didn't. So kind of get killed very easily even within buildings. I think it would make this game a lot more interesting if you got more, much like higher survivability rate if you were within buildings, because it's not that easy to kill people within buildings. That's why you see urban warfare is just brutal. There you go, drone taken out. Enemies pushing us on C. So we gotta refocus our area, refocus our efforts on back on C. Enemy killed a lot of the recon up on the left-hand side there. So we'll need to support that. And now the enemy has a lot more zones than us. All of a sudden they took B and C. So you're going to see a little bit of back and forth here between the enemy. They just tend to come in a lot harder. See at A10 they're coming in from west, coming in from Bio. You got a A10, let's see what it does. See some cluster rounds coming from the enemy. And we're seeing a tank battle. Oh, there you go. Tank battle from M1 Abrams and the enemy M1 Abrams. I don't think we're going to win. Got very little health. Making a last stand here. Yep. You can see these tanks push. Probably a T-80 and an M1 Abrams. And they had a anti-tank unit. So you see a lot of infantry, a lot of units showing up all of a sudden. So they're kind of crushing us here in the middle. We gotta
Troop transport ready.
do a little better.
Combat requesting orders. Air defense standing by. Armored
Sometimes it's better to
transport
build
standing
up
by. First
before you attack, so you're not just taking small slices. And that's something I'm starting to really learn in this game. It's not like WARNO where you could do a lot with just a few individual units, even if they're specialized or have good fire capabilities. If you have a lot of infantry, even a tank can look pretty small. I think a MIA coming in from Wesley with rocket pods.
Heavy cap ready to rumble. Tactical truck ready to haul.
So we're making the alligator tank targeting the Russian T-80.
Driver backwards.
Quick work of that.
The next waypoint.
Now firing back on the infantry
Moving there now.
grenadiers.
Anti-aircraft
And you guys see we're coming back in with a lot of armor. Wesley's coming in, a lot of infantry,
on the move.
and some special forces with some good infantry fighting vehicles. See if we can laze a target here
Target
and
location
bring in
marked.
some good arty.
Mobile artillery
There you
standing
go.
by. Engaging target.
You guys are seeing a pretty good tank battle. Trying to get a shot off with my toe, but the toe is getting way too close. Mistake there by me. User error. It's gonna get taken out. Not great.
Go ahead.
Cool thing is about, you know, doing a replay or whatever, you can learn a lot from what you did and didn't do well.
Infantry here. Standing by.
And again, this was just a really fun, friendly match between some friends in the AI.
Tank here.
But we'll definitely be shortly. Yeah, see, you can't be sitting still because,
Setting ducks.
yeah, I like how the riflemen were like, we're sitting ducks, man. But you can't be sitting still. You gotta move. There you go. I'm bringing in some infantry with tow missile capabilities. Rocket pods coming in. There's our Super Cobra taking out some infantry.
We got it clear.
Doesn't have line of sight on. Line of sight is everything in this game too. Gotta be really careful with how you use your units.
All trench monkeys, dismount.
The unit voice lines are pretty cool in this game though. UI is pretty smooth as well. I just don't really love the graphics actually. It's kind of surprising. I thought it would be a little bit better than that.
Armored transport standing by.
Do a little peekaboo here. Don't run away because our M113s ain't worth shit.
Copy. Relocating.
Maybe against some infantry, but that's about it.
Move the fuck out! Full speed! Artillery at your command, sir. Troop transport ready.
Using our minigun on the infantry.
Boarding in.
Can't get too close to infantry fighting vehicles with your helicopters either, though, because obviously they can be targeted.
Roger. Flip it side.
So the enemy's still pushing us on C, but we did retake it. We're starting to rebalance. You guys see it's 4,010 to 2,900 in this second phase, so we're doing a lot better than we did before.
Super Cobra. Troop transport ready.
That was lucky.
Smoke.
Got taken out right after our units dismounted. I think we lost one unit there.
Move in there.
See, I'm using Alt there to see what they can see.
Command, sir.
Moving units, trying to put them in strategic places so we can repel infantry fighting vehicles. There are Cobras at work, taking out some good infantry. So if you don't always push with AA, well, there you go. There's that AA. Probably going to take out our Viper Super Cobra. Coming in with 2 more helicopters, but it's kind of risky with the AA being in there. Not a good idea. Still learning, though, so
Target. Engaging.
we could do like a shock attack, but that AA in the back is going to rip our helicopters a new one. Yeah, that was not very smart by me.
New flight plan received. Age 1 ready for combat.
Gonna call in a Harrier and do a bombing run there on C.
Roger, flying there. Artillery relocating.
I'm going to relocate our Abrams over here because we have a pretty big weakness on the left side. I'm trying to support a little in the middle as well as keep our left flank from being crumbled. So they just pushed up with a T-80, some anti-air, and some infantry. So it was a pretty strong group. It was probably like 6 to 7 units just showed up out of nowhere. So I should have had more recon up there. So you see there's quite a bit there. Hopefully we can use our Harrier. Yeah, lost another Cobra.
Jump jet ready. Let's drop some fireworks. Anti-aircraft standing by. Driver, move out.
I'm gonna call in a tow and an M60. M60s are pretty nice because they're very affordable. They're not super good tanks, but they can do quite a bit of work on infantry fighting vehicles without tow missiles or whatever.
Ready to rain down death.
Don't have range on that, so we're gonna call in some more RD in the middle.
Direct fire on my mark. Artillery ready to fire.
And that was a nice little bombing run there.
Targets with direct fire.
See the AA there. So we gotta defend here.
Humvee ready.
There you go, we're gonna have a good engagement here against some BTRs. And we will be going up against the T-80, so the M1 Abrams needs to prioritize that. There you go. Nice shot from Wesley.
Identified. Next target. Armored cav is on the field. Someone asked for a ride? Pedal to the metal. Moving there now.
KA-50
Solid copy.
seems to be a very capable helicopter. Running into some trouble with my M1 Abrams. Luckily, I had some M60 support, so we were able to take out some of the infantry there from a distance while the Abrams retreats. You got to be very careful with your Abrams not to get too close to infantry. They'll just wipe you right off the map. We're stabilizing here on B. Wesley's pushing up on B.
No party without Artie.
Bio's encroaching
Artillery
H.
available, sir.
So hotel. I don't know why I'm saying it with single letters. Bravo Hotel. There you go. You're seeing some pretty intense fire coming in from a infantry fighting vehicle.
Providing direct
Got a BTR coming in, being a little cocky, so we gotta humble him. Retake C. Rebalance some things. So it is really, like I was saying, it's really important to build up again.
Good copy. Next
Because if you don't,
new heading set.
you can get in a lot of trouble. So we have a nice plus 192. Enemy does hold more zones than us, but not for long. Once we take C, we're gonna have one more than them.
Smoke screen deployed. Direct fire engagement.
So here, I'm not sure how this happened, but I accidentally switched my artillery to smoke, which kind of helped the enemy. And I wasn't trying to do that.
Troop transport reporting in. Anti-armor vehicle.
Yep,
at your
good time to
command.
call in the
Moving as ordered.
Venom. Got a
Cavalry
drone
here.
up
We're
by
ready for
Wesley,
action.
doing some recon.
Mobile artillery standing by. Target marked.
There's the
Direct
rocket
fire.
pods, doing a lot of damage.
Armored cav here. We're in combat. ATGM
We lost the
carrier ready.
M113. We need more. We need to get another Abrams up in here, honestly. But I guess we'll do with a Super Cobra. Yeah, all of that smoke was supposed to be regular artillery,
Flight
which,
plan updated. Armored cab, ready to roll.
I mean, it blinds the enemy, but it also blinds us.
No party without Artie.
And we're not rushing C, so it's not really advantageous to us at all.
Cavalry here.
So that was not on purpose. I'm not sure what I pressed on accident on my artillery to switch rounds like that. We're going to have an M60 against a BTR. Near hit on the other M60. Watch this close combat here. There you go. I think our other M60 actually took it out. So
Driver, move forward.
we do need more infantry over here. And our M60's goodbye. That was rough.
Cavalry is taking
That
fire.
wasn't good.
Venom ready. Move backwards. Cavalry here. We're under fire. Venom at your command. Negative. Cannot comply.
That was actually really crazy. You saw those tanks. Machine guns are really intense.
One at your command.
There you go.
We have a building to secure. Roger, Wilco.
Our M1 Abrams doing some good damage from a distance. Super Cobra coming in. So again, I keep getting myself into trouble by pushing my tanks aggressively, even if they are armor.
Engaging targets with direct fire. Armored transport ready.
You gotta get that Super Cobra out of there. They got good AA.
Roger, Wilco. Flight
It's the
plan
proper way to push.
Heavy cab is on the field.
Almost took him out, so we're gonna make him return back to home.
Reporting in. Heavy armor is on the field. Copy. We take that building. Heavy cab ready to roll.
Gotta learn the short keys. There it comes in again, the smoke.
What can I do for
Man, that was painful.
you? Go, go, go!
Supposed to be artillery, not smoke. We'd be doing some good damage.
Direct fire on my
So things are definitely starting to stabilize. I need to retake C, taking a lot longer than intended.
providing direct fire. Heavy cab ready to rumble. Abrams here. We're in combat. Defensive smoke.
There's also some times that I notice that our units do things on their own. Sometimes they take initiative and charge the enemy. I'm not sure why that happens. Like I'll hit retreat and they do the opposite, which is not good. Definitely don't like that. 'Cause usually when I hit retreats for a good reason.
Driver, move back.
So now we're in phase 3. You're seeing 7 to 2. So we're doing really well. Just need to retake C. We're actually even right now. There you go, that M1 Abrams machine gun taking out some infantry.
Infantry at your command.
Need to call in some supplies to resupply the tanks though.
Mobile artillery reporting in.
I think that's when
Artillery ready to fire.
this is
sir.
probably when I realized that my guys were calling in
Target
the
marked.
wrong
Direct
rounds. See
fire.
how you can select the round?
Direct fire on my mark.
There you go. We got a F-18 here that has some cluster bombs.
Air defense at your
Probably drop those. Hopefully you got some enemy 2KA-50 helicopters. We're just showing up near Point Echo. Definitely scary to see. You seen Wesley there pushing up on Delta. Pretty hard with some tanks. But that enemy artillery is pretty devastating. You see some,
Get in that building.
I wonder if that's anti-air or arty. We're gonna see it come down if it is artillery.
Heavy cavalry ready for action.
There it is. Yep, that's artillery. Some kind of long-range missile system. Gonna try to call in some artillery support to help Wesley.
Artillery available, sir.
So there you go. F-18 drops some
Engagement.
cluster bombs.
jump jet standing by.
Okay, I'm gonna call another bombing run. I'm gonna use this advantage, so whenever you have takes penetrate your defense lines, because obviously you can't have units everywhere, just use your helicopters, clean up the mess.
Full power. Heading there.
So you do see there's actually a timer on your units when they run, so they can run for a certain amount of time.
Airstrike complete. Pressing out.
See the missile from my Super Cobra taking out the tank right in the back too, which is awesome.
Roger.
Didn't even see me.
Mobile artillery reporting in.
So unfortunately, I didn't have amazing recon and I didn't have any drones. So I kind of lacked that there.
Direct fire. Infantry at your command,
Yeah,
sir.
my Viper got taken out by
Waiting mission. Troop
that infantry
transport
fighting
standing
vehicle
by.
there.
Viper is combat ready.
So we are taking C back, and now you see we actually control
Roger. Moving
almost all the points.
Anti-tank unit here, sir. M1 Abrams ready for action. Everybody out. Heavy cav is on the field. Moving out.
So we hold 7 territories right now. My M109's got in danger of getting destroyed. I'm going to call in my
Ready to fire, sir.
Venom helicopter here.
Venom
Try to
awaiting
stop
mission.
that. Hit him in the back.
Transport reporting in. Armored transport reporting in. Artillery moving out.
And there you see it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a nuke drop by Bio. Very impressive. I love how you hear the little ringing sound and you see the little mushroom cloud in the distance. Definitely a small yield tactical nuke though, for sure.
Roger. We're on the move.
So unfortunately my helicopter got taken out
Next waypoint
and I
received.
finished the job with the Abrams.
No party without Hardy.
And good thing we moved them, because there comes down the artillery.
Artillery on the move.
I think we're seeing a supply drop maybe. There's a Su-57. Try to take out the
Mobile artillery.
Tu-160. And it does, I'm pretty sure. Yep, saw the kill there.
Heavy cavalry
Fortunately,
ready
the
for
supply aircraft got shot down by anti-air.
action. Driver, move out. Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes. Moving to shooting position.
Got some very angry leadership there in that Abrams.
Someone asked for a ride? Armored transport ready. Personal carrier here. Anti-aircraft standing by. Anti-tank ready for action.
So we got only about 9 minutes left. We control most of the zones. We're a little behind in the kill count for this phase, but still doing good. 67%. Calling in some infantry.
Transport ready.
There comes in the KA-50,
8 minutes.
shredding that infantry. Nice push there. Hitting it.
Artillery available.
Got quite a bit of armor. It has took 2 direct hits from man pads.
New flight plan received. Heavy cav ready to rumble. Infantry ready for combat. Regroup and move up.
So we're gonna try to support a little bit more in the middle here. So far, we've just been doing some artillery and moving some units there and there. Gotta move up our anti-tank units
Already there.
to better positions. Help the push
Engaged in combat.
to Delta.
Roger Wilco. Flight plan confirmed. Roger Wilco.
And my Super
Flight plan
Cobra
confirmed.
disengaging,
Armored transport ready.
getting hit and almost killed. Whatever that AA is very, very strong. Gonna push with my Abrams, see if we can take it out.
Seconds. Not 10 fucking minutes. Check that building. Abrams here. We're combat ready. Backpedal, driver. Armored, moving out.
So I'm actually getting out of there because
Anti-tank team standing
seeing the
by.
T-80 and some kind of BTR or
We're combat ready.
BMP pushing with it. Don't know if it has toes or not.
M1 Abrams, warmed up and ready to go. Backwards. Here, beans, bullets, and band-aids. Ready to rain down death.
Gonna resupply our Artie.
Air defense here.
Push out those tow infantry units.
Heavy cav engaged in combat. Backwards. Heavy cav
Good thing we are
ready to roll.
retreating right there with our M1 Abrams. Don't think we would have won that match. We had quite a bit of firepower there.
On the field.
And we're a little short on ammo.
Bradley, ready for combat.
Should probably bring the other Abrams around
Mobile
to
artillery
support.
standing by.
But we'll let them expose themselves.
Mobile artillery
There you go.
reporting in.
KA-50 making short work of the infantry Russian.
No party without Artie. Ready to rain down death. Roger, moving
Nice
to
shot
next
there
waypoint.
against the AA
Relocating
unit
to
too.
the next emplacement.
It's a really good helicopters.
Get your asses out of my vehicle.
Calling in another one. Really quick way to respond to the enemy.
Armored transport.
Gonna do something ballsy here. Gonna rush with my
The Cobra is in
Marines here shortly.
range.
Right into Delta. Why not? We only got 5.5 minutes left.
Ready for action.
I could push the pivot up and take out that AA unit. Although you gotta be careful because something coming down the street
Standing by.
or the railroad, you could say.
Infantry ready for action.
Not sure what exploded there.
Smoke deployed.
Got a lot going on in Bravo though. Enemies pushing us pretty hard.
Infantry good to go.
We still control 7 of the zones. That's why you're seeing that 7-2. And we are way ahead in the kill count now, so that's pretty great.
Marines. Establish a base of fire in
Striker
that
got hit
building.
pretty hard.
Super Cobra. Smoke screen deployed.
There you go. Tow missile, making short work of the T-80.
UU-2BT.
But also calling the Cobra. Gonna do some low flying here. Map of the Earth. Let's change to altitude.
Transport engaged
Nice.
in combat.
And we took that T-80 out with our H1 Super Cobra.
Anti-armor standing by. Anti-aircraft
Tu-160 flying overhead.
here.
See the Patriot missile. Near miss. Could have been worse.
Marines under fire.
It's actually really funny. It's quite the run.
Secure that.
Probably should have kept my Super Cobra where it was. Exposing it here, unfortunately.
Flying there.
And there you see a massive strike that just missed my Marines.
Marines here.
Also getting hit by those BTRs. Unfortunately took out my helicopter there. I think we're going to make it.
Set your orders. Anti-tank team at your order.
There you go. Really surprised that worked. Probably the fastest sprint of their life. Can only imagine.
Providing direct fire.
Although smoking's actually put to good use.
ATGM carrier ready for combat. Air defense at your
Got about 2.5 minutes left here.
Standing by.
Enemies pushing back on C again. We hold D temporarily. Coming in with some rocket pods. There you go. They smoke themselves.
Engaging.
Gonna take out this anti-tank unit real quick.
All weapons green. Clear to engage. Flying low.
Should have done a lot more zooming in. It looks a lot better when you zoom in. There you go. It's a good kill there. That minigun is nasty. You can hear it going off there. Poor Marine's getting killed off.
Say again.
Again, in a building that big, I don't think so.
The venom is in the air.
Oh no. That pushed by me. Here goes my venom.
Clear shot.
Seeing my artillery coming in a little late.
Venom standing by.
Popping flares getting out of there. Pushed a little too aggressively. Enemies recapturing D, but it doesn't really matter.
New heading set.
See Bio pushing past Point Alpha
Moving out.
and India.
Copy. Relocating.
Wesley's also encroaching on Delta as well.
Armored cav here.
We never took E though, which is unfortunate.
Flight. Infantry here.
So the enemy took C from us again. Their infantry fighting vehicles. Took one out right before it got there.
In combat.
Try to see if we can do a gun run. Do a bombing run with our
Engage in combat.
AVAB,
Covered. Move to that building.
our Harrier. Those enemies strafing our unit and actually got the kill there. I'm going to take it out with the Patriot though. Nice.
Standing by.
Was it worth it? No.
Coordinates received. Bombs are ready. Cav is on the field. Venom is mission ready. Flying there now. Brad here. Anti-armor standing by.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Total victory. Seeing Wesley being the top dog there with a high kill count, a really good kill to death ratio. And that was actually really, really fun. Had a really good time. We all had different types of specialties and division and capabilities. So you guys do let me know if you like this Broken Arrow, what you think about it. It's still pretty early in the release. I think there's some things they have to work on. Visibility of the enemy is pretty hard to come by unless you have like really good recon or drones. But overall, it's pretty fun. Definitely very punishing, and the AI was really, really good. Surprisingly good. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoy the match. Thank you so much for coming out. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend and take care.